Mike, this is Injustice 2, a game we've never played before. A game
I tried to record it, but we were having trouble with the network given lag, but it seems to be not lagging right now.
Yes, and hopefully my mic is working right now.
So I have never played Injustice before. I mean, I've heard about it. Tony's more of a superhero guy than I am, for sure.
Yes. The Injustice games, they play off the idea that this has happened in like the cartoons and the comics where there's like an evil universe, kind of like the Dark Mirror universe from or not Dark Mirror, the Mirror universe from Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
Where there's like bad guys. The good guys are bad, the bad guys are good. And the games are about like the good guys from one universe going into the evil universe, and they're all fighting each other. And this story happens a lot. They were hinting to it in the DC movies before they kicked Zack Snyder out of the movie universe. They were kind of suggesting, like, Batman v Superman was suggesting that Superman was going to be evil or something. And that idea got abandoned.
So Tony is one of the Ninja Turtles. Let's talk about that.
Yes, I am all the Ninja Turtles.
You're all the Ninja Turtles. So are the Ninja Turtles the only characters outside of like DC that are in this?
No, there is, if I remember right, Hellboy is in it, and that's a Dark Horse comic. But I believe the movies were produced by New Line, which is owned by Warner Brothers, which owns DC Comics, so they were easy to get. And I know Ninja Turtles... Well, actually, I'm surprised these are the original movie Ninja Turtles. I was afraid they would have made, like, the new movie Ninja Turtles and put them in the game.
I thought they were kind of like their own thing. Like
they are kind of their own thing, but they look closer to the original movies.
Do. Like the 1990 movie.
Yeah, because that was the thing, like, the movie Ready Player One. Oh, hey, I won that one.
He was eating pizza.
Yeah, the movie Ready Player One, they show... Oh, God, oh, no! The X-ray, the super move. Now, you were talking about you like these.
Okay, yeah. So I am not great at fighting games, and that's funny. And going back to being a kid, a teenager, and playing Mortal Kombat, I always had a hard time doing the fatalities. So for me, I could imagine a lot of people thinking they're stupid because all you have to do is click the two triggers. So it probably takes some of the challenge away from it, and I get that. But for me, it's like I like to be able to just be able to see the fatalities and do them, or whatever they're called. I guess they're probably not called fatalities, but I think it's kind of cool. But the only thing about it is, since you can do them so easily, you probably are going to see them a lot. And I would imagine if you play this game a lot, you probably get tired of seeing them.
Well, they do the same thing in Mortal Kombat because it's the same team making both games. By the way, Raiden is in this game, and I think Sub-Zero. Scorpion was in the previous one. I believe, it gets annoying when you're doing like a tower, like you're fighting everyone,
right? And
you keep using it over and over and over again. Like that time, it gets a little annoying. But if you're playing against friends and you're switching the characters up, it's a little bit more tolerable.
That makes sense.
Now, the Turtles just beat Aquaman, so I guess his fish talking abilities, sea animal talking abilities, don't extend to Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That was a little callback to the intro of the show when he threw the pizza at the screen. That was funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's select new fighter. So you didn't see the Aquaman movie. I told you I think you'd like it. It's a lot of fun. It's a little self-aware.
I really only know Aquaman from Super Friends from 1983, so...
It really embraces the Aquaman stuff, and Jason Momoa is good in it. Which shocked me because I thought he was going to be pretty terrible because I don't really like Jason Momoa.
I'm going to be Batman.
Okay, I'm going to be Hellboy. But no, the movie's fine. I just think they made it a little too long because I think they were afraid they wouldn't get a second chance at an Aquaman movie, so they put everything in it. Black Manta's in it, Ocean Master's in it, there's different Atlantean kingdoms in it. It's a very loaded, long movie, which I'm fine with, but I can see that turning people off. But no, it's a fun movie. Just ignore the fact that the main actress might be a terrible person.
I would like to see one of the backgrounds in this game be the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have any of that. See, my first exposure really to all the DC universe was the Adam West show, and then Super Friends.
Yeah.
And that show was so ridiculous. So, like, my early exposure to all that stuff was absolutely ridiculous. Like, probably the most campy, corny stuff that exists for all these characters is how I started. So maybe that's why I could never really take all this stuff too seriously, because I'm like...
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
You know?
Well, I will say Aquaman, they do embrace some of the campiness, because, like, in the comics, he had, like, an octopus friend. And in the movie, you see the octopus friend, like, playing drums and shit. So, by the way, the evil Superman is in the background there. That guy who's in the prison, that's where they put him under the red Kryptonian light, so he doesn't have his powers. Ugh. And then Hellboy. I still haven't seen the Hellboy reboot. I heard it wasn't very good. But David Harbour's in it, and I like David Harbour.
Oh, the Batwing. That's cool.
Oh, that's funny.
It's so over the top.
I know.
That's awesome, though. Yeah.
I'm not too into the costume designs they did for this game for the cat. Oh, the Batman doesn't look bad in this one. The previous game, I like the Nolan looking Batman, and they were trying to do a Nolan-ish looking Batman, but they made it look stupid.
Is your favorite Batman design what is it? Michael Keaton or what?
I don't know. When it comes to movies, I like the Nolan suit in the movies. I like the idea of the Batman versus Superman suit, but the execution was pretty bad.
Okay.
Because Ben Affleck put on a ton of muscle, and then they added fake muscles to his suit, so he just looked really fat in those movies.
I know people talk about like Michael Keaton, he couldn't turn his head and whatever, but it's like, when I watched that movie, that was never something I thought about. Like, you know,
his suit in the second movie looks a lot better. Same thing with the Nolan one. Like, the Batman Begins suit is kind of bulky, and the next movie it looked a little bit better.
Did we just cancel our things out? Oh no,
I think so.
I think yours is gonna happen like right after mine, maybe.
Maybe if I hit it at the same time. Oh no, I died.
Well, I mean, what did you expect? You were fighting Batman.
But I'm Hellboy. Hellboy has superpowers and stuff. I'm really sad they never got to make a whatchamacallit, it's not letting me do anything.
Yeah, I just used the D-pad and go down to new fighter. Select new fighter.
Okay. There we go. I had to exit out of the one thing. Okay. The first two Hellboy movies are really good. They take a lot of liberties with the comics, but I'm just sad they never made a third one. And instead they decided to reboot it after fans were like begging for a finish to that trilogy. So that new Hellboy movie just kind of flopped. Let's see. Who should I be? Oh, I'll be Raiden.
I'm trying to decide who to pick here.
Oh, did you see who they're adding to Mortal Kombat 11?
No, who?
RoboCop.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And it's like the actual RoboCop. Like, that's one thing that annoyed me. Like, Mortal Kombat 9, you got Freddy Krueger, but it was the remake Freddy Krueger. And then,
oh, no, they added the remake Freddy Krueger that everybody hates?
Yeah, in Mortal Kombat 9. And then, what happened previously? Oh, so Mortal Kombat 11, the Terminator's in it. Yeah. But it's the shitty old man Terminator. You can get the young Terminator, but you gotta, like, play more and unlock it. This game has a little bit of that too. Like, you could change their costumes, but you gotta like play and level up and stuff to unlock their outfits. But it's like, I want to play as young Arnold, not the old man Arnold from the movie I didn't see.
So Green Lantern versus Superman. Is Green Lantern like any kind of match for Superman, Tony?
Yeah, I guess the green energy ring helps him out a little bit, but
not really.
It's a tough call. It depends on who's writing the comic, really. That's the thing. People are like, who would win? It's like, okay, who's writing? That's the real answer.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because I did a video a while back on... I'm going to throw this alligator at you. Hold on.
Oh, my God.
I did a video a long time ago, like, the problem with Batman vs. Superman. Not the movie, just the idea.
Here's the problem right here. Boom!
Oh, my God! Oh, my God, you're a mech! Oh.
I just turned into Megazord. Is this a thing that he has?
Yeah, you know, he can the ring. He can turn it into anything.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
And it can't affect the color yellow, but I think that's been retconned out. That was a thing though for a bit.
Yeah, the ultra powerful yellow.
Yeah, yellow hurts it. They came up with a reason, but it was pretty stupid. But no, I did a video on like the problem of Batman vs Superman, and like my problem is like Superman turns into an idiot when he's in stories fighting Batman for some reason. Like Superman's usually pretty smart, and then whenever he's in a story where he fights Batman, he just becomes a dumb brute. And then Batman like stops being a detective and just like assumes Superman is evil and like wants to murder him. It's weird. I never liked those two fighting because it never seemed realistic to me. So I am Black Manta. And you're a combination Joker. Like it's kind of Heath Ledger's Joker. It's kind of the Suicide Squad Joker.
All I know is it's obviously not a licensed DC Joker since I'm the only licensed DC Joker.
Right.
Yeah. Now, Black Manta,
yeah.
I only know him from Super Friends because he's never been in a movie or anything, right?
Well, he's in the newest Aquaman movie,
okay.
But yeah, like there was like there's some characters where there were like weird rights issues. Like in Justice League Unlimited, they made a new character called like Death Ray because they couldn't use Black Manta at the time. But no, Black Manta's in the new movie.
Okay.
He's cool.
Well, he's Aquaman's like arch nemesis, right?
Yeah, it's like Ocean Master and Black Manta are kind of like his two main guys. Ocean Master's his brother, and Black Manta is just like some guy who hates him.
Okay, I don't know Ocean
Master.
Like
in the new movie, like Black Manta and his father are like pirates. And Aquaman's kind of responsible for Black Manta's father's death, even though they were bad guys. Oh, yeah. So, like, Ocean Master, like, gives Black Manta, like, Atlantean technology, so that's why he's able to, like, shoot lasers and stuff.
If that happened to the Joker, he would be dead forever.
yeah. I forget, it's been a while
especially that.
I forgot to play the story mode in the first game. I think they came up with, like, a plot device where, like, they were taking these super powered pills that would, like... Oh, did I blocked your move?
You fucking canceled that out! You mother!
Yeah, I think they were taking, like, super enhancement pills as an excuse to be able to fight, like, all these superpowered people. And it's, like, clear that it was, like, a stupid plot device. By the way, so I'm looking at all this diving stuff. A few months ago, I went to a history of diving museum. And you know what I learned? Diving was horrifying, like, hundreds of years ago. And I don't know how humanity was like, you know what, maybe we should give up on this. Like, they had, like, diving bells. They had old school, like, underwater diving stuff. And I'm like, this is horrifying. Like, I would never want to go underwater with this.
I wouldn't.
There was one I took a picture of. The guy looks like... The outfit, it's like this mask, but then he's wearing a crown like a king. And I don't know why they would have that for underwater diving. And you beat me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more.
I was the Joker, so
yeah, let's do one more round. Oh yeah, you were the Joker. You're one of the best Jokers.
Oh my god, is this fucking Shazam or whatever?
That's Black Adam. You want to be Black Adam?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Okay, I'll tell you who it is.
Does Black Adam have anything to do with Shazam?
Yes. So the story Shazam, they hint to it in the new movie, which you should check out. Shazam and Aquaman, check those out. They're actually, for how bad that series started with Man of Steel and shit, like it's fun to see like they actually got a little bit better. So Black Adam originally had the powers of Shazam. The wizard Shazam granted him the powers, but then he went like evil. And then he was like in prison and he comes back years later. He's not in the movie, but they mention him in the movie.
Is he friends with Captain Marvel?
He's not friends. He's enemies with Captain Marvel. Yeah, who is now just called Shazam for legal reasons. He just takes the wizard's name. But Black Adam will be in a movie, Mike. And the CG model they showed in the Shazam movie was based off one of your favorite actors.
Oh.
The Rock. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will be playing.
Well, he's my favorite because he's going to let me be in the new Rampage
obviously.
movie.
Well, hopefully Black Adam doesn't take too long and they can get to Rampage 2 because he promised you that role.
You blocked my attack again.
I did. By the way, this Sub-Zero looks cooler than the Sub-Zeros in Mortal Kombat 11. What the hell?
I love that you're able to explain all that Captain Marvel, Shazam stuff because it's so confusing.
Yeah, you called me when that movie came out because you're like, what's the difference between the Captain Marvels for Marvel and DC? And I'm like, okay, well, let's buckle up here.
I gotta ask. Oh shit, let's see this.
Let's see it.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty good.
So yeah, Captain Marvel was in the Shazam comics, and then those went out of print for a bit for like legal issues or something. I forget what the reason was. And then Marvel Comics made their own Captain Marvel. And by the time Shazam came back, like when DC started printing Shazam, they could still call him Captain Marvel in the comic. They just couldn't print the name Captain Marvel on like the title or any of like the merchandise and stuff. So that's why it got so confusing for years. And I think that's why they were like, fuck it, his name's Shazam now. Like, the wizard is Shazam and the superhero Shazam. They're both Shazam.
It's confusing. There should be chronologically confused for Shazam. Did you play the first Injustice?
Yeah, I have it, actually.
How was that?
That was good. It's kind of like this. It was fun.
Does it have, like, other characters, or is it all DC stuff?
It's all DC except for Scorpion. But then they have like the Green Arrow in the first game. You could switch to the TV show Green Arrow's outfit. I think Superman, you could be the Man of Steel Superman. And I think Lobo was in that one. It doesn't look like Lobo is in this one.
I'm gonna be the Flash. Let's do one more.
Okay. I think Atom is another bonus character. Which reminds me, I gotta catch up on Legends of Tomorrow. Apparently he's not on the show anymore. So yes, the Atom can shrink and also enlarge himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ant-Man?
Kind of like Ant-Man.
Is he the equivalent for DC?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's funny because the guy who plays him on the TV show is the guy who played Superman in Superman Returns. And then they did a big crossover this year, and he played both the Atom and Superman again. Like, he went from playing the biggest DC superhero to literally the tiniest DC superhero.
You keep going inside my head and like.
Oh no!
He's like,
oh god!
Did he just dab?
Yeah, no, I don't think he dabbed. Oh no, that's how the nose broke. That's how the dinosaurs went extinct. The Flash slapped him in the face.
That's definitely how it happened, I'd like to think.
Did I win that one? I did.
Do you remember when Mark Hamill was... Oh, he's eating a hot dog. Mark Hamill was on the old 90s Flash show.
Yes, and he's on the new Flash.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the first and second season. He plays the Trickster again. But like in this continuity, he was like a bad guy from the 90s who got arrested, and he's helping his son be the new Trickster.
I am your father.
I can't wait to hear his Skeletor voice.
Is he going to be Skeletor?
He's going to be Skeletor in the Kevin Smith He-Man.
Oh, got him giant.
Fuck me up.
Oh no!
Dab again.
I dodged it.
You're such a canceler.
Yeah, but no, Mark Hamill's fun in the new Flash show. But then I guess he got too busy with fucking Star Wars, so he hasn't shown up in a long time.
I heard that he's coming back into the show.
Into what?
The Mandalorian.
What?
I don't know if that's a rumor or what, but
I heard they're bringing Boba Fett back, but whatever.
Who the fuck knows?
Hey, the Atom one.
All right, so pretty fun if you're into fighting games. Play it. In fact, why am I even saying that? Because everybody has probably already played this. I'm the last person on earth to play it. But if you haven't, I guess try it out.
Yeah.
All right.